Hey guys, welcome back to Clueless Gamers. I'm Pete.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cal.
We're back for a very exciting start to a new series. This is The Last of Us, gentlemen, on HBO. I am super excited. We're all big Last of Us fans. And this show has been in talks or in the making, whether it was going to be a movie or a TV show for, God, it feels like almost a decade now since the first game came out. But it is finally here. I have some thoughts. I'll swing it over to Dylan first before we get started. So, Dylan, any expectation thoughts going into the new series of The Last of Us?
No, I'm excited it's finally here. I'm interested to see how accurate it is to the video games. Doesn't need to be a one-for-one, but I'm excited to see if they make any big changes or if they kind of just let the viewers who maybe did not play the first Last of Us kind of give them the same backstory that they gave to the people who played the video game. So I'm excited to see, the differences and stuff there.
Caliber?
Kind of in agreement with Dill. I definitely want to kind of see the comparisons from the game to the TV show. Some things I've heard is that it's pretty close to true to the video game, which I think is going to be very cool to see kind of, in the TV show format. But honestly, I'm just excited.
I'm very excited for this. As Dylan said, I don't expect or need a one-to-one. Mm-hmm. I think this episode will be very close to a one-to-one just because it's the beginning. Yeah. And I think the liberties will kind of take place as we go across the country. I won't say too much more in case you've never played the game and you're watching this for the first time. Yeah. But I'm really excited to see Pedro Pascal take on this role. Everyone's pick was kind of Hugh Jackman, which would have been awesome. But I think he's a fantastic actor, Pedro Pascal.
Oh, absolutely.
And to see him fill in this role, I don't know a lot about Bella Ramsey. I know she was on Game of Thrones.
She's very young on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see kind of her acting skills and that take place in the co-lead of this show in playing Ellie. Yep. And a few other characters here we're going to pop up through the show. I know Marlene is played by the original actor from the game. Yeah. So she's the only one that crosses over in the exact same role. So that's really fun to see. So guys, we're going to jump into this reaction. We'll talk more after. Without further ado, here we go.
Of course, the title of the episode is Fireflies.
Yes. Yeah, perfect. We're lost in the darkness. You think another episode will be Look for the Light?
Maybe the last one.
Because of air travel. Through we'll be back.
And that was in 1968, so definitely a difference that they did there.
Yeah.
As opposed to the game.
Yeah.
Kind of like that it was a little bit of a tutorial.
Yeah. Now again, that was the pre-credits intro, so the actual intro after this might be with the video game.
I think it will be, and I'm really loving this so far. It's literally just the spread of the fungus, where we see it very much in the environment of the game.
The HBO intros like this, they always
Game of Thrones is great.
Thrones is awesome. Even Westworld had a crazy.
I thought Peacemaker was a great intro too. So, and glad they kept the same music as well from Gustavo as well from the game.
Yeah, no, Gustavo Rock, he did a really good job.
I love making that joke.
As the composer. All right. Druckmann's overseeing this.
And Craig Manson did Chernobyl, excellent producer there. So.
I think, I don't think it's gonna start with the video game does.
Really?
Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay.
All right, I'm wrong.
I was worried they were gonna do like a flashback montage. But
well, 20 years before, right?
Hey, still alive, you old fucker.
It's Gabriel Luna playing Tommy. This is really cool.
Definitely the same. Always having pancakes.
Sounds just like
We
him.
do something else on the road.
It's capital of Indonesia.
Home for us yet.
Also, too, I think it's distinctive that he went to smack his wrist as if to look at a watch and he doesn't have one yet.
Yeah.
Very smart idea to give us more than we got in the game.
Yeah, this is the morning of. This is the morning of.
But we're right at the night when we pick up, so it's nice that we actually get the morning part.
Right.
Very cool.
And they tell us that because it's his birthday.
Yep.
Which is,
Yeah, so I like that a little bit of an addition that we got to the story.
Yeah.
You can even see that like the money looks older, the print of it too. I hate those bills now. The worst. Yeah.
I think we know what happens to that.
Yeah.
She'll take what you got.
That's genius.
You set it up now so it's terrifying later when they're running. Yep.
I want some biscuits.
Dad, you like this.
Happy birthday to you.
guess we never got that idea of Tommy's backstory, but I guess in here they're saying he used to be a soldier.
Yeah, did they ever say that in the game? I don't remember.
They did not.
saying it.
Good old Bush.
Oh, Bush, yeah. I swear you will use this later in life. That is a
classic line.
Classic.
Cursive, algebra, calculus, all that crap.
Exactly.
Literally.
It's on the test.
Hey, I got some bad news for these kids. They ain't coming back tomorrow.
Oh.
They really are making it like any other plane.
I think it's a great idea that they start at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Awesome idea. Establish the city, you see all the landmarks.
I wonder if they'll do any more radio hits of like what they did in
Yeah.
Jakarta and
Yeah, I'm
people
interested.
talking about it.
Let's see the beginnings of stuff like that.
The SWAT
I was
car.
saying, the SWAT car, it's so subtle, but it's
Probably the hospital.
We're closing.
Oh boy. I can't understand what they're saying and they're not putting the subtitles.
Right,
for
on
that.
purpose.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it builds suspense.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we lived through a very minor version of this in the last couple
Very
years.
minor.
Yeah. But
Very,
like,
very
it could,
minor.
you never know
Right,
it could be like
right.
this. I don't trust this old lady, boys, at all. This one in the wheelchair,
she's
you know she's the first to go.
patient zero.
Yeah.
News.
Makes sense too why maybe he went over there because in the game, because we never understood that, but maybe she spent every afternoon after school here
Until
to
they
kind
got
of fill in
homework.
those gaps.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm worried he's gonna get a jump scare.
She just jumps out of the chair.
Let's just move it.
Yeah. Oh shit.
We're not going to get anything crazy now during the day, but here's some hints, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I guess if you're a young girl, you just
Oh,
think
yeah, look at that face.
like normal behavior for an old
She's gonna
person.
make that noise like
I think
Hey, Mrs. Adler, can I borrow this?
tied to the chair? She's
Oh.
she could be. Maybe
But that's
it's-
how it starts in their household. That makes sense.
having a nick of time. This house is going to be a bloodbath.
She's out of the chair.
What a great idea to show it and show it out of focus too. And now, yep, what a great idea. Yeah, the dog, of course.
The dog knows.
first. Yep, there's a fighter jet. Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah, when it happened quick.
Yeah.
Well, it probably was under the radar for a while and nobody was
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah.
They thought they could control it.
Did you?
What?
I don't hear anything.
That was lame. You're lame.
Yeah, I know. Where'd you get the money for this?
Drugs.
I said,
I
well,
saw her for drugs.
It's better than I do.
It was only $20 from the chest from you.
All lines to keep of that.
I
really
could
cut
have
that
sold
out.
Yeah.
60, but I put the change back. Brought from the Adlers.
Oh, this is the one with the deleted scenes.
Yeah. Imagine how bad those have to be. Come on, pop it
he
in.
talks about that
Let's
movie
do it.
with Ellie. Long time later.
Oh, that's that Nokia cell phone.
Right.
Those things were heavy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know what happens on like very.
I know,
nervous,
right?
you know, like,
It's one thing they can't do in the game. A little detail though. It's very hard to animate sheets for some reason in video games. So that's why you always see characters on top of their sheets in the bedroom. So they can do that in the show.
yeah.
Save me!
Literally. Oh, you gotta bring him in, please.
Her in the situation, I'm thinking I'm in a dream.
Well, it's getting hard.
You know, like
No,
I'm
it's-
thinking this is not real. Like somebody wake me
Crazy.
up.
I'm telling you, that old lady's gonna be running, dog.
Well, she's out of her chair, right?
Yep,
that's the
out of a chair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mrs. Adler?
Fuck, man.
I see that chair sitting up like that. I'm out. Get out. Run.
Run. Oh my goodness. Run, Sarah. Run. Oh. Wow. You would definitely be hearing it right. Old ladies never run this fast in their life. Oh, that's how they do it. the same idea.
Yeah.
Is it from terrorists?
Don't know.
That was right after 01, so that was the big
Right, true.
Why did they
What do you think? Got a kid, just sort of we keep track of him.
go to the back?
almost the same vocal lines. And
I know. A lot rips from the game. But it still has, it's
like
still
eerie,
making me
man.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's
eerie,
still
dude.
having
Yeah,
the same
no, it is,
impact.
it is. Well, this feels more real than I think the video
Well,
game.
because, yeah, it's live
I
action.
had the same fucking idea.
Great idea for the camera.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep going.
Yep.
Oh, they tricked us
yeah.
there. Tricked us a little bit. Plane's coming down. That's the new gas station that will fire.
Oh, and that's what's wow.
So a piece of it hit the truck and then
Crazy.
So they
I
changed
guess
that.
if you
all
have
the
the visual effects to do it, you might.
Yeah, you
do
might
it.
as well.
Yeah, make it crazy.
Damn, dude, imagine seeing that thing come down at you.
Holy shit.
I can't believe how much impact it's still having, even though we know this game forward and backward.
It still feels like completely unknown, even though
No,
it is.
man. Nope, 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 nope. That's what is different from The Walking Dead. They're way too fast.
Yeah. Literally way
You
too
weren't
fast.
this fast in the video.
I feel like they weren't this fast. No.
Yeah.
Too fast for its own good.
This is like
It's
that
like
one other
World War
zombie
Z.
video. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey, no one told you to move. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He didn't even question it in this one.
You're not safe. Sir. We are not safe. I'm sorry. Please stop.
Tommy.
It's too late. Grazed him.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay. Move your hand, baby. Move your hand. I know it hurts. Tommy, help me! Come on, baby girl. Come on, baby girl. I gotta get you. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, baby girl. Come on.
Somehow even worse.
I have
Been watching
chills.
it.
I have freaking chills. Oh
Yeah,
my
that
god.
was even worse. Yeah, that was tough.
Goosebumps all the way
I
up.
know. I think it's supposed to just give us
It's
this.
the cinematic, yeah. Damn. What's the kid that came here?
Oh, it was from the beginning.
Oh, what happened? They shot him with the medicine.
You think they killed him?
Yeah. He probably was. That's probably why it was
So
red.
red was
Yeah.
positive.
So I thought red would have been like it's negative, like she's not infected, but it's bad. Yeah. So it was a lethal injection.
Yeah.
Damn. So that was a different thing. So they brought us in to follow this poor kid just to kill the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta show you how serious.
Look
they
at
were.
the
Cool
gore
leader.
shirt.
That's nifty.
That was gut wrenching. Damn, I'm really depressed now that they just
Yeah.
did that. I remember that was him and Tessa's business was selling pills.
Yep. Yep.
But we saw her do the drop off where you heard about it, not actually Joel doing it.
Yeah. No, we're getting a lot of other different perspectives.
Little,
really
little
like
like
that.
minor changes.
When you're lost in the dark, look for the light. Even the fireflies. Red?
Still as scary as Joel.
Yeah. She should be scared of her too.
Yep.
Here she is.
Yep. They're testing to see if she's turning or turned.
That's an interesting element too, because we don't see Ellie in this. Like
No,
she's grabbed by
yeah,
fireflies, even though they're supposed to have her. But like, where's Marlene? Is she with the wrong section of them?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting part too. He's in way more communication with him here.
Yeah.
Because in the game, he doesn't see Tommy for years.
No.
That's the load
Yeah.
screen music, remember, in the online all the time?
Oh my
Oh my god.
That's the factions.
The attention to detail is excellent.
This music
So
is
many
like,
hours.
So many hours. It's probably more than we care to admit that
yeah,
we played on.
100%.
Much more direct with them sharing a
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
It's very hinted at in the game, but you never see them actually have a
Physical
moment.
or anything.
Yeah. Because when she's like, he's like, I am the romantic type. You have your ways. So
Yeah.
you know, like, it's there. It just never seen. I like that there's a lot of differences, but they're not too far.
No,
Well, there's
no.
Marlene. Speaking of Marlene,
It's like
definitely Marlene.
It's like they just added little things,
Like
to
gaps
it,
in
yeah.
time. Yeah. I know it's obviously the same actress, but even seeing her in live action, like, it's so Marlene.
It is,
You know,
it
like
is.
the way everything. And I know it's the same person, but
Yeah.
I just love it.
If you're feeling lost,
Tell me to look for the light and break your jaw.
Trying out here recruiting for the Fireflies.
Tell me like a light, I'll break your jaw.
It's hardly. Something like that would happen to Ellie.
My fucking mom or something?
like your mom?
You're not.
I'm sorry we're not talking though, guys, if you're watching this.
Oh,
We're just
so
kind of
into it, yeah.
taking the whole thing
Yeah.
in, but maybe people will like that because normally we talk too much.
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
So,
So we'll watch the episode again. That with the mask on. Spores.
that honestly, I think is one thing they did change from the game. I
Oh,
read
really?
something
Those
where I
spores,
don't
right?
think there were spores in the show.
I
Really?
thought I
think
saw
they changed
something
that.
about that too.
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is kind of a bummer, but we'll see what they do from there.
Yeah.
This is the Firefly hallway, isn't it?
Oh.
Isn't this where Marlene was earlier?
Yeah, you might be
Yeah.
right.
Maybe Frederick came through here.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before, that maybe they got wind of it. Is that the battery?
The battery's no good.
Robert had to deal with the Fireflies initially. We just saw a bloodbath
Yeah.
between the two of them in this version.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first meeting too, you know? Seeing it in live
Yeah,
action is
yeah.
kind of cool.
You'll talk it through, but please remember that I'm bleeding out.
That window shot is when they're waiting in the apartment when Joel goes to sleep and Ellie's there.
Yeah.
And she goes, your watch is broken, and piss him off.
Yep.
When Tess goes to look at the merchandise.
Your watch is broken.
Remember this scene very well. I'm just wondering where the episode will end. Like, how far do we get?
Probably right when they find out she's infected.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good,
Caught,
good
yeah.
ending point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they go through the tunnel and they get grabbed on the other side.
Probably change that maybe a little bit.
Could be. Or just fooling us like the truck scene.
That's
again.
probably what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Video game curveball. Yeah, 100%.
That's just taking a piss. Damn, they really had to do that.
Wow.
Damn, they really had to do that, huh?
Yeah, they were boys.
And he kind of sort of knew that, dude. He's gonna beat him to death.
Holy shit.
Wow,
A lot
that's
more gruesome.
definitely different.
Well, he just looked at him as if he's the other guy and
Right.
he just seal
And
it.
now he had a second chance at that.
That's why they showed Red and
Yep.
that younger kid. To show what it meant.
I'm not sick.
I would have taken it on the gun. There you go.
There you go. See, you're thinking.
Yeah.
You're a survivalist. There you go. That's right out of the game.
Down shot.
Yeah, downtown. Right out of the game. I'll have to mute this for copyright purposes.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. So that is episode 1 of The Last of Us here on HBO. Yeah, Gentleman, that's his name, Christopher Hydra or whatever. That's the guy I think in the beginning, right? That's on the talk show in 16.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But anyway, Dill, I'll jump to you first, man. Episode 1.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was really good. It was
Really
really good. They did a lot there that was. I'm surprised because I did see on Twitter as well that someone said it was like So the person I saw said it was pretty much like identical to the video game, and I would disagree with that.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of changes.
There's a lot of changes. I'm surprised people. So maybe they don't have a memory of how it was. Yeah, it was a 10-year-old video game that we played. Well, we played way too much.
I was going to say where they didn't play as much.
I don't think it's a good thing. But no, it's not necessarily a bad thing at all. I actually think I prefer seeing some of the scenes that we didn't see in the video games. There were a lot of differences. I remember the interrogation scene that Tess and Joel did with, I think it was Robert, or the guy above Robert where they broke his arm.
Yep, that's Robert.
Didn't get anything like that, but that was fine. So there were things that obviously they took out. There were things they added in, and all in all, it made for a really compelling episode 1.
Cal, your thoughts on episode 1?
I mean, I definitely agree. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Oh.
Nah, this is probably a next episode thing. We don't want to watch that.
Okay, we'll watch it later.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like Dylan said, I want to see things that are different, because like obviously if it's literally the exact same, there's going to be certain parts where it doesn't feel as intense.
Yeah, it doesn't play as well. Yeah.
And but I do love the little trickery, like with the car accident.
Great fake out.
Even at the end, right after the pipe, they get you a gunpoint right away. That did not happen.
And like. It is kind of unfortunate that, of course, it's the guy that he knows, and that's the guy that he takes out.
Yeah, but that guy seemed a little shady.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal's character.
Stop with that.
Yeah,
It's not
really
shady. But no, overall, I thought it was a really good first episode. I really liked how they did everything, and I love the way, Dylan, I mean, you called it. They find out, they run, and that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
She doesn't even, she almost tries to show him, look, it's been here for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Everybody else is already changed. Look at me, I haven't. But they don't. It's like they're not even listening to her at that point. It's like we got to get out of here.
That wasn't the game.
Yeah. So it's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
They'll definitely pick up with that part, I think, more right at the beginning of episode 2 of her explaining it, because Joel didn't have a lot of time to process it, given he just beat this man to death.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have his side of it probably to start episode 2,
100%.
and then I imagine we'll get the whole capital run probably in episode 2, where I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who hasn't played the game, but you know it's probably coming. So we're gonna see a lot of that stuff as well. I actually also agree. The changes that they made here, when I'm editing it, I'm probably going to be able to point out more for next episode, but there's major changes in my opinion to small changes. So it's a wide variety. To me, one of the most major changes they did is Joel's motivation, which I still love it.
Yeah.
But Joel is very much, he's in the business, he's with Tess. They kind of get thrown into a situation where they end up, getting, spoilers for the game. They end up killing Robert, and then they meet up with Marlene. She gives them the mission. That's what happens, right? In this, he actually beforehand was planning on leaving Boston to go look for Tommy.
Yeah.
And they're in pretty frequent communication. The last time we talked to him was 3 weeks ago. In the game, they split off. He hasn't seen or talked to Tommy in years. We don't know how many years, but a long time.
Yeah, there was no motivation to leave. Yeah.
So none of that was the case. He didn't know if Tommy's dead, alive. He has no idea what ended up happening.
Good way to introduce him early to the viewers, though, that maybe didn't play the game. And I'm sure that was the goal. It's the same purpose with that little girl scene with the red. She dies. Oh, why did she die? Well, she's infected, and then you see that with the...
And just show the brutality of the world, what they do here in the quarantine zone. They're very... You have to be cutthroat, right? You can't let, infection and insurrection, right? You have to quell those two things. So I think there was a lot of very interesting things that they did. I'm still hurt by that kid coming in. I really thought the kid was fine. I thought it would be red like it was negative, right? Like that's what would come up, and green would mean you're positive. It was the opposite way. So so that really sucked, but was a great way to bring in. There's a lot of interesting details. Same composed music in a lot of scenes. I thought was really good.
The Fascist music came on.
excellent job with that stuff. And just expanding the world of Boston itself, and kind of having a lot of the background noise and talk of what's going on, all these little side characters, even that guy coming up to him and being like, you tell me to look for the light, I'm going to break your jaw, right? So the Firefly is actively recruiting there. The other major change that they made was obviously the handoff scene, because when we get that scene, we take care of Robert. There's not some big shootout between Robert and Marlene's gang.
No.
Actually, we kill most of Robert's people.
All of them.
Tess and Joel in that situation. So that is a very different change that we kind of got thrown into the ending parts of that battle, where that's how Marlene's injured, and I think the other woman's name is Kim. They added her to that part as well. Good makeup that they had with most of her ear gone as well. Ellie has changed too. Because when we meet Ellie, and it's not a bad thing, but when we meet Ellie in the first one, she's aware, she's infected obviously, but she's also aware of why she's leaving Boston. She's very aware of the situation of what's going to happen. She had no idea here. Like, Marlene had to explain it to her. Marlene seems to know more about the whole Riley and everything situation, which it's never really hinted at if she knew how Ellie got like that.
Right.
So they changed a lot of those moments too of more keeping her locked up for the last 3 weeks. All that is different than the game.
Yeah.
So there's moments like that that I think are major changes, but still really play well on the screen.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
What'd you guys think of Gabriel Luna? He played Tommy in this. I thought that was like a 1-for-1.
Almost.
He was like exactly like Tommy. What'd you guys think?
I think Dylan said it during the in the beginning. He's like, he sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
And he really did. Like, I mean, for me, I liked it a lot, and I do like, again, like they changed how they get separated or whatever with the police car coming in.
Yeah.
And obviously you're in a life or death scenario, you're running away, and then he comes back to help them out. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I think he did a good job, and I like you said with the Tommy change, like him being in constant communication, having that motivation. I think at least on screen, it's easier to convince the audience that with another motivation, he would just take this child, not really knowing what's going on.
Exactly.
So I think that's a good addition there as well.
No, I agree. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, I think him and Marlene were the two most accurate to the video game characters in the sense of voice and appearance. Maybe not appearance, but in the sense of voice and sound.
Easy for Marlene, obviously.
Easy for Marlene, of course. And I think Tess was probably the one that didn't, and you said it during the reaction, I fully agree with you. Yeah, I felt
Very
like
different.
she felt very different.
She was very different.
A little more like animated, and yeah, just there was something that felt a little different with her character. And yeah, I didn't really like it, I think, as much as her video game character, but that's all right. You know, we'll get used to her. She's here for the next 8 episodes.
Yeah, I kind of want to see her be kind of unleashed a little bit in the next episode because she honestly is the person that usually most people are afraid of. It's not Joel, right, and she's not only the intelligent one, but she's deadly. And I feel like here she was a little bit more in a, I guess the only word for lack of a better term, submissive role. Like I feel like
they knew that we weren't going to spend a lot of time with Robert's gang, and they were going to skip that whole part, so they just changed it a little bit.
Yeah, she felt very drawn back for me, which was, I still liked the performance and the character itself, but it is, I'd say a pretty large size change from the way she acts in the game as well.
I think like I kind of like said it a little bit when you had mentioned it. Like they make her more of like the companion, because even when he's like terrified of Joel, she's like, he answers to me, but like you don't really see that sort of like
not yet
relationship between them at this point.
Yeah.
Like you look at them and it's kind of like we're a team, we're doing everything together. That's why they're discussing everything.
Yeah.
And then like even on their way out, they're like, we just gotta go. Like there's no like true like Joel, I'm saying this, let's go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, again, we'll see how those changes affect as it keeps going.
Yeah, I felt like in the game she is very much the boss.
Yeah.
Right. Like Joel is the weapon, he's the muscle, but she is very much the boss. This didn't feel that way.
No.
In a lot of ways, because you see Joel being more active in the pill exchange and all that stuff. I mean, she's captured when we meet her by Robert. So in the game, she kills those 2 guys that jumped her.
Yeah.
So there's some differences there. And even, I guess, finally, even at the beginning, that initial scene, I thought the way they did it was excellent. It's very different from when they break through the back window. Having it from the perspective of Sarah, the older woman, just Joel running over those 2 people in the street.
Yep.
And then later in the town to fake us out with the truck and have a plane come down, which causes them to be knocked out in the car to be messed up. I thought all those changes
really cool.
cinematically were very effective and definitely kept people that know the game like us more on the edge of our seat with those changes. That was with the old woman. I said right from the beginning. I said, as soon as she was seen on the front lawn, I went, she is running later. You know it's happening. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I was very nervous until we got to present time. That's how good the whole pass was done.
Yeah, it was excellent. Excellent. Yeah, and hearing all the stuff, the sirens, the police passing, that lady kicking her out of the watch shop, like all that builds suspense, and I think they did an incredible job. I'm very excited to see what they do here for episode 2, but yeah, about an hour and a half, and what a damn great story.
I was shocked when, like we were saying, oh, like once they find out that she's infected, like that's when it's gonna end, and then it came up, and I was like, there's no way we're at the end already. Yeah. And I like looked at my watch and I was like, holy crap, like we're really done.
And you called that too. Great stopping point for them to find out and then move on. And
I feel like we'd be able to predict the stopping points
Yeah.
for the next.
We'll see if we'll do it every week. That'll be
Yeah,
a
halfway
challenge for
through
us.
we'll try to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
Joe, you're 1 for 1 next week.
Yeah, 1
You're
for
on
1.
again.
You're on the
All
board.
right, a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure.
But guys, that's our reaction here to The Last of Us HBO episode 1. Even from the title of the episode, there's references to the game. Great episode, great start to this live action world that they're building. Even with the changes and a lot of the similarities they keep, I think were excellent. Built suspense, built horror, and that Sarah scene, I think, might have hurt me more than even the game did, just because it's real people that you're seeing, so you can relate to more.
That never gets easier.
And it was and it was also I felt a little extended too with her gasping. And that was really rough. So I'm sure a lot of people will definitely be touched by that. Because
I will say, and I'm sorry to interrupt you on a more positive note. You know, this is really cool for us, and I'm sure for a lot of other people and friend groups out there. I mean, I remember in 2012, the summer we had just graduated, and Calibro brought the game.
It was 2013.
2013. I'm sorry, brought the game to the wiffle ball league that we were in our friend's backyard, and we all played that game kind of together, obviously separate. And then with part 2, we all gathered in my basement. We all played it together, and to actually see how far that franchise has come since the wiffle ball moment in 2013, having its own show. Who knows how many seasons we get here? We've gotten rumors in the past couple of weeks that a part 3 is. I would imagine it will happen. It seems like that's in development. We know the multiplayer factions game is being worked on. They just shared some more concept images a couple of weeks ago. This is a franchise that has come so far, and it's given us a lot of incredible story moments, and I'm just very excited that we get to kind of watch this all as a group.
It's
and
really
with
cool
so
to
many
see
people
that
out there.
It's awesome.
It really
It's
is.
a good, the franchise is in a really good spot, and I think maybe the best is yet to come.
Look at you being relatable and emotional. Yeah, well said. Great way to wrap up this episode here. So guys, yes, please comment below. We'd love to talk to you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next week for episode 2 of The Last of Us, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.